So, I have been promising this episode to you during the last few days now, and here it is, the top 3 marketing strategies that I have learned or rediscovered while flying with Delta Airlines a few days back. And I'm going to walk you through some tips on how you can also apply those amazing marketing strategies directly into your e-commerce business. So keep listening.
Trust, would you comfort me? And if somehow you know that your love would be true, would you lie to me and call me baby?
Welcome to the eCommerce Queen Boss Podcast by So Here On Air, where you get every week clarity with your marketing strategy and alignment to build a thriving online business. Your host, So Here, is an expert in experience marketing and consumer psychology. She worked with clients ranging from startups to multi-million-dollar online businesses. The e-commerce Queen Boss Podcast is for the woman on a mission to build her own empire. And it's starting in 3, 2, 1.
Well, hello, dear Queen Boss, and welcome to the 5th episode of the season 2 of the e-commerce Queen Boss podcast. Remember that I'm dropping new episodes every Monday and Wednesday, so you are definitely in the right place to learn how to build your own kick-ass e-commerce empire with ease, flow, and grace. And in today's episode, I'm gonna walk you through 3 amazing marketing strategies that have been noticed by myself on my last flight in Delta Airlines. So I have been talking about it on my social medias for a while, and I'm gonna walk you through in this episode the 3 things that they are doing that are just amazing and how you can take those marketing strategies and apply them directly into your business. So obviously, e-commerce is very different than a Delta Airlines, right? So here's the thing. You can definitely learn from marketing strategies applied in others areas, in others industries, and learn how you can put them onto practice into your own e-commerce business, right? So the number 1, here it is. Delta Airline was just amazing with what's called setting the right expectations. So at the beginning of a flight, they distributed us a menu with what was going to happen throughout the entire flight. And this is so relevant, and yet so few, or actually this was the only damn airline that did that I flew with, right? So I was just amazed with how they were so in line and in touch with their program, and they followed through that the entire flight. And with setting the right expectation, this is how you actually increase your customer experience and increase your customer satisfaction, because they already know what's going to happen, and they are just ready to receive whatever goodness you have for them. So this is something that you can definitely apply in your e-commerce business. For example, whenever your customers are coming to your website to buy from you, it is a really good practice for them to, for you to prepare them onto what is going to happen when they buy from you. Meaning, before they purchase, they should know exactly in which order what is going to happen, when they're going to receive their item, and what is going to happen during this time, if they're going to be notified, how they're going to be notified, and whenever they receive their items, if they need anything from you, how they can contact you, etc., etc. So setting up the right expectations from the go and before actually people start buying from you, this is where you will actually increase your customer satisfaction because they will be put at ease. You will also decrease the amount of contact with your after sales service, because if they have a question and they haven't been prepared about what is going to happen, chances are they will, that will increase their contact with you. And that is, an effort that people really want to avoid. So when everything is crystal clear from the beginning, they are put at ease and they're just waiting for everything to happen, right? So that is something that truly saves you time, energy, and money on the long run. Set the damn right expectation with your customer before they purchase from you. The next one is not made directly by Delta Airlines, but by Coca-Cola. And it was, how can I explain this? So clever. Like, we know Coca-Cola have been really clever into appropriating themselves cultural icons such as Santa, Papa Noel. Santa originally was green, and the color of his clothing was green. And then when Coca-Cola came up with their Christmas marketing campaign, they decided to change the color to red because this is the color of their brand. And so right now it was such a huge impact. It has such a huge impact, and it was such a huge and amazing message. And marketing one-on-one, the art of marketing at its best, that everything, everywhere now Santa is represented wearing the red color. So their marketing move had such a deep impact in our culture that now everywhere you will see Santa dressed in red. I mean, this is marketing genius. And what they did in the flight, they had napkins distributed to all of us with Coca-Cola bottles representing different icons in different destinations, right? So I was flying from Europe to the United States, and in one side of the napkin that I have here with me, I had to take it. It was such... how can I explain this? Such genius marketing move, as usual, made by Coca-Cola. So one side of the napkin, you have the Statue of Liberty, and her crown is made with Coca-Cola bottles. I mean, this is just another example on how Coca-Cola is just amazing at appropriating themselves cultural icons. And on the other side, you have the Eiffel Tower made with Coca-Cola bottles. Again, Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And this is so relevant because you see icons, places, it represents travels right by using their own products and their color, because obviously the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower are both made in red on the white napkin. And this is how they are so good into, creating something that stands out and something that's really unique to them with that red strong color that is known for very much for their own brand, and using again like iconic figures and translating them with their own brand. So how can you do this in your own e-commerce website? Here's the thing. Obviously, not all of us as entrepreneurs, we are not Coca-Cola or as big as they are, but as long as you strive to be, there is always a room for inserting your brand into different marketing places, whether you choose to go with Delta Airlines or a different airlines, or just your local shop, your local distributors, your local restaurants, or whatever you go with. There's always a way where you can actually insert either the logo or the shape of the items that you are selling. And if you want to actually work with airlines, here's the thing. Airlines employ third-party companies that are taking care of, putting the meals together and things like that, right? So that is going to lead me to the next point. But what I'm trying to say in here is that if you want to place your items into a flight, an airline flight, you have to get in touch with their PR company, and they will be able to share with you the details about those third companies that they are using in order to add and provide more products to the people who are flying with them, right? And so obviously those third parties companies will be more than happy if you and them came up with a very special offer that made them, made their lives easier, or, improved on their services to have a better feedback coming from the airlines and a better feedback coming from their customers, right? So this is a genius move, and especially if you are selling whatever you're selling, whether it's food and especially if you are selling something that is related to travels, this is an amazing move. And that's something that is just going to be so much more relevant because the people who are flying are the people you want to target. And during those hours where they are confined into a flight and they just have the whole time to give the attention to everything that is around them, right? So again, it's just an amazing and super clever move. The third move that I have noticed in the flight is especially what I just told you. During the flight, we were distributed a box of, sweets and different foods. And I've noticed a brand that was selling peppermint, and we were distributed samples of those peppermints. And in the back of the peppermint bag, right, it was written something about why using the peppermints is actually better for you and better for your teeth, to take that on the top of, taking care of your teeth in general by brushing them. So something on the top of it that truly was giving a point of authority, and something that was, bringing knowledge and educating us as consumers that, brushing our teeth is not enough. We should, quote unquote, use their products, because that helps us into taking care better of our teeth, right? And under that, there was a note to check their website and have a 10% off whatever we would buy from them. This is genius marketing, you guys, because I'm sure that this peppermint company dropped their samples for free into this box. But during that moment, right, like, they had access again to people like myself who were able to use their product because it was given to us, right? And very often, especially when it comes to food and beverages, when brands are coming up, people, like, if you make people taste your items, they'll be most likely to buy again from you. And apart from this peppermint company, we had other small products and sweets, and believe me, they were all amazing. So this box with the sweets and things like that was curated by a company, but it was also well thought through, and that just really upheard the experience. That made the experience with flying with Delta so much better, and I felt taken care of, because the products that were there, everything that was catered for me was relevant to my flying. And I thought that all those marketing strategies that I noticed them because I'm a marketer. Marketing is my background and I'm an entrepreneur. And so all those things people won't probably, actively, notice those things, but subconsciously, at least they will be having your product, will be having an exposure in front of people who are ready to consume whatever it will be given to them. And so this is why I thought I would share those tips with you, because they are so good, and so few companies, except for the big ones, because they know how to do it. And it's not because they're big. I don't want you to think that I don't have the budget of Coca-Cola or whatever, right? It truly is about how clever you're going to approach your marketing strategy and how you're going to put your product on the hands of your potential customers so they come back and actually really buy from you, right? So putting yourself in environments such as airlines, and other, places where so few brands are doing it, which reduces the competition and is just right away, like right in, targeted with your perfect customer. And if you are, again, targeting people who are travelers, put yourself where they actually travel. That is it for me today. I really hope you have enjoyed this episode. And as mentioned before, well, I'm preparing a very unique and amazing free training on how to get unstuck in your business, which I'm known very much by my clients to be really good at, helping people, and especially e-commerce entrepreneurs, with their next step strategy when they feel stuck or confused. So my From Confused to Profitable 4-part training is happening very soon, early September. And so get your sweet butt registered at bit.ly/From Confused to Profitable. I will leave the link in the show notes. And during this amazing challenge, I will be covering how to shatter the mental blocks that are holding you back from making the money you truly want in your e-commerce business, how to gain clarity on how to sell your product with ease, because yes, it is possible. And you will be learning the launch strategies that have helped me to sell out my clothing collections every single time, as well as how to drive your first marketing campaign that converts. So here it is. Head over to bit.ly/From Confused to Profitable, all in capital letter. And again, the link will be in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening. If you're still listening until right now, again, my name is Sohair, and it has been an absolute pleasure to serve you today. Until the next time, have a blessed day, honey.
And if somehow you knew that your love would be untrue, you lied to me and call me baby. First, there are some things you need to know. If you wanna live with all I have to give, I need to feel true love, or it's got to end. I don't want you trying to get with me, and I end up unhappy. I don't even hurt, no, I don't even before I do give myself to you, I have to know the truth. If I spend my life with you,